Hello and welcome to Sunday Morning Knits, my channel where I talk about all the fiber crafts I have been getting up to lately. Welcome to my spring plans knitting video. Today I want to discuss all the things that I have planned for the spring. I know that I'm definitely not going to get to all of them, but these are all aspirations that I have. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to do every single one of them, but in an ideal world, these are all projects that I would start and finish. But as you know, if you've been watching for a while, I'm quite a slow sweater knitter and I have a couple sweaters on this, so we'll see how these go. I've never actually made a seasonal knitting plans video before. This is my first time, so I'm very excited and I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, so my very first plan for my spring knits is to finish my Stornoway sweater. I know that for the most part, spring knitting videos or like seasonal knitting videos are generally videos where people talk about all the things they want to start, all the things they want to make, but I'm including a whole bunch of things that I want to finish on this list. I have a tendency to put off finishing projects. Like I start a lot of projects, but it takes me forever to finish them. This sweater is actually a really great example. This is a new finished object. You haven't seen it yet. I haven't talked about it on the podcast because I actually finished it yesterday. But I started this in July of last year and I finished it yesterday. So I'm a slow sweater knitter. So on my spring knitting plans list is finishing my Stornoway. I am technically done the body up to what the pattern says, but I want it to be a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to extend the body quite a bit. It's like quite cropped on me right now. So I'm going to extend the body quite a bit, and I'm about halfway through the first sleeve. I forget how fast sleeves go, especially on worsted weight sweaters. I think I started the sleeve 2 days ago and I'm almost done, which is crazy. And I haven't put that much work into it because I was finishing this. So wild. I should be done that one fairly soon, hopefully. I'm really hoping to finish it before the end of the Stornoway Sweater Squad Cal, which is being held by the lovely twins who knit, Rachel and Jessica, and Casey from Young Folk Knits. I think it ends March 15th. I could be wrong about that. It ends sometime in March. It started mid-January. So I'm hoping to be done that before the deadline. So that's the first thing on my knitting plans video. Or my knitting plans list. Sorry, not video. The second thing on my spring knitting plans is another pullover. I want to knit the Holly sweater by Pernille Larsen for Knitting for Olive. I would like it to be my Christmas sweater this year. I already have the yarn. I actually ordered it last year from Knitting for Olive. I just ordered a kit. Came with all the yarn. It was cheaper than buying all the yarn individually here in the US. So that was great. But yeah, I would like to have that for Christmas, and like I said, I'm an extremely slow sweater knitter, and I think it's like relatively similar gauge to this sweater. This is the No Frills sweater by Petite Knit, and it took me months to knit. So I'm going to start my Holly sweater now, and I'll hopefully have it in time for Christmas. I'll pop a picture in so that you can see what the Holly sweater looks like if you are unfamiliar with it, but it is, oh, just the most beautiful colorwork sweater in the entire world. The only thing I'm hesitant about is I detest 3-color color work. I did it once for a sock test knit for Wei Chin Chen of Sasky & Co. I loved the sock. I love her designs. I've tested for her many times. They're so beautiful. I'm almost done a sweater pattern by her as well. But I just hate 3-color color work. So parts of the Holly sweater might be a little bit rough. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. Maybe I'll do a project vlog of that. If you'd be interested in that, let me know in the comments. The next thing I would like to do is finish my sunshine tee, and I actually have it out. It's really wrinkly because it's been sitting in my project bag for several months, all squished up now. I am almost done this. Like, I'm actually just doing the like final body edging, and then I just have the sleeves and I'm done. So before I move on to other sort of spring and summer knits, pardon me, I have the hiccups. I would like to finish this project. This is a beautiful pattern by Andrea Gahn, who is a independent knitting designer from Asheville, North Carolina. Her patterns are so lovely. I actually started this when the pattern came out last year in June as part of the Sunshine Tea Knit Along. I think I joined the knit along in the last week or something like that, because I just didn't know it was happening. So I really want to finish this. I'm knitting it in Knitting for Olive Merino in the colorway Poppy Rose, or is that the blue color? I think it's Poppy Rose. I can't remember. It's a pink. It's on my Ravelry. And I'm so close to being done that I think I can finish this in a week and then have it as a beautiful spring knit. And it also goes with one of my 2025 goals, which is to clear off all the whips on my needles, because I have so many. I brought so many whips into 2025 and it's getting a little bit overwhelming. And so I have a goal of clearing a whole bunch of them off, and I have been doing amazing at that goal. In case you're wondering, I have cleared 4 or 5 whips off my knitting needles, 2 of which were sweaters, 1 of which was a pullover, and a pair of socks, I think. I might be wrong about that one. But yeah, so I'm doing great. Finishing this will tick one more thing off of my list. I'm very excited for this sweater or t-shirt. I'm just gonna hold this really awkwardly because I don't have a hanger today, because this was the first time I've ever done bust darts. So I think this shirt is going to fit me super duper well. I think it's gonna be so cute. I have a skirt that matches this. It's gonna be really adorable. I really want this project. So, I really want this finished object. So one of my spring goals is to finish it off. I can't wait. And then once I'm done it, I want to knit the Campanula tee by Cupid Knits. I saw this when I was going to test, is it last year or the year before? I don't remember. And I was like, that is the most stunning thing ever. And I've recently seen some people knit it. I have been going back and watching all of Candid Knits and Sophie's vlogs and videos because they're so cool. She's so lovely. She's so sweet. We were chatting on Instagram. Highly recommend you check her out. But she knit the Campanula tee, and then somebody else that I follow also recently knit it, and I was like, well, I have to make one too. Now is the time. I have to make one too. So I actually ordered the yarn for it. I ordered the BC Garn Summer in Cashmere, which is a 90% cotton, 10% cashmere yarn. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a lot lighter and a lot more summery than my Knitting for Olive Merino tee. This will be like a nice transition piece, or like a nice summer in Canada piece, and this will be a nice hot summer in Los Angeles piece. Or hot summer in Canada. I mean, where I'm from does hit like 30-35 degrees for like a week, but still. Or a good layering piece. Either way, I am so excited. I have been wanting like a white knit shirt for a while now too, because I have 2 other knit shirts and they're both pink. And this is also pink. And obviously pink is my favorite color and I love wearing it, and everything I own is pink, but that means that when they're all different shades of pink, it's hard to match them. It's hard to make outfits with them. So a nice creamy color, I think, will be a good fit, and I think it's a good color for my skin tone. We shall see. Yeah. So yeah, Campanula tee. I am so excited. It is just absolutely adorable and I can't wait. So yeah. I have one last sweater on my spring knitting plans, and that is the sweater that my brother requested last year for his birthday. My brother's birthday is in May, and last year he requested a sweater with holes in it. And I was like, what? But it turns out this is the thing that like skiers do and like winter sports people, because it keeps them like extra warm. It's like a base layer and it keeps them really warm. So my brother has requested one, and throughout the last year I was trying to figure out how I was going to make the pattern because I didn't know of a pattern. I couldn't find a pattern that worked, and I don't think my sweater designing skills are quite there yet to make a very textured sweater, but I got the yarn. He picked out the yarn. I got the yarn. My mom sent me all his measurements, and then I came across the Tropez sweater by I can't remember. I'll put it down below. Which is a crochet sweater, but fits everything that he is looking for in a sweater. So I am going to attempt to crochet my very first sweater. It looks like a very easy sweater. It's basically just a box. It's a drop shoulder with sleeves. He wants it to be quite tight. I have a feeling it's going to be closer to like neutral ease on him, but it's non-superwash, so it shouldn't stretch out too much. And worst case scenario, my mom can like shrink it for him a little bit in like the dryer. So I'm gonna try that as well. I'm gonna try crocheting my very first sweater. We shall see how it goes. Okay, and the last two things that I have on my spring knitting list is to knit 2 pairs of socks. The first is finishing up the April socks from last year's book club, yarn club by Coley of Paisley Knits. It is the colorway Normal People by Sally Rooney. I am almost done the first sock, so my goal is to finish that and then knit the second sock, and also to knit a pair using the June colorway, which is Beach Read, I think. Let me check. Yes, Beach Read, which I've read and loved, so I'm very excited to knit those socks. My goal this year is to work through, finish up working through that yarn club collection and to work through my yarn club collection that I'm getting from Sunday Fibre Co. I already have 2 of them and I haven't knit socks with either of them, so I need to get on that as well. But that is it for my spring knitting plans. Oh, for the socks, by the way, they're just very basic. Top down 64 stitch socks. It's my like favorite basic sock pattern. I don't use a pattern because I've knit 4 billion pairs of socks in my life, so that's it. Just want some nice basic socks to wear in the winter. Otherwise, that is it for my spring knitting plans. I hope you enjoyed this very short video. Please let me know in the comments what is on your list for spring. I'm very curious. I always love adding new things to my project queue, so please let me know, and let me know what you worked on while you watched this video. If you made it to the very end, thank you so much. You're my favorite, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your weekend, and happy knitting. Bye!